Hello and welcome back to thedrinker.co.uk. I'm Pete Turner, and in this series of films we're looking at wines that are available in the UK high streets in the summer going into the autumn of 2022. So the story so far: we've had Brexit hit wines, we've had COVID hit wine sales, particularly on sales, and now we go through a cost of living crisis. So all of the wines in all of these films are aimed to be in the sub £10 category. So nothing here will cost you more than £10 in all of the films. And I've even tried to get them right down to the bottom, the sort of real bargain basement kind of level. But the quality of the wines, I hope, prove that you don't have to pay through the nose to get something really good. In this little film, we're looking at the wines at Sainsbury's. All of the wines, apart from this second one, the Malbec, are from their Taste the Difference range. If you're in Sainsbury's, you could do a lot worse than just picking generally from their Taste the Difference range. They are pretty good across the board. So I'm going to kick us off with this. This is a Gaillac. It's £8 a bottle. It is at 13.5% in alcohol. Gaillac is one of the great historic winemaking regions of southwest France, quite near Toulouse. And this is made from a blend of grapes. And I've picked, and you really get it on the nose, I've picked wines, I think, particularly here, which are sort of barbecuey wines. So if we're into the summer and into the early autumn, we'll be looking at barbecues. And all of a sudden on the nose, it's got some lovely sort of wood smoke about it. And cassis, it's really quite, forward in the fruit. The smoke and the cassis really work well together. And on the palate, it's really quite ripe and intense. That sort of wood smoke does kind of taste smoky, barbecuey. It's got some tannin, some structure to it. And I think that's the kind of wine that would work really, really well with kind of grilled pork chops and a grilled steak, and a real sort of that kind of charriness that you get on meat. Lovely, lovely wine. £8 a bottle. Taste the Difference, Gaillac. So moving on from France, we're over to Argentina with the second one. This is Malbec, sort of the signature grape of Argentina. Malbec obviously originated in France. It's still part of the blend in Bordeaux quite often, where I think it's known as Cotte is the local name for Malbec in the southwest of France. So this is from Argentina, as I say. It's organic from the SO range. And already on the nose, it's much less smoky, and it's sort of more kind of intense fruit crumble about it. So black fruits, I'm thinking blackberry and damson. It's quite intense and concentrated. And there is a little bit of sort of newly laid road tar in it, but really in a really good way. And it's a big, open, refreshing mouthful. It comes in at £7, and the alcohol on it is 14%. So it's a little bit heftier than the Gaillac. But again, for £7 a bottle, it's got some real good character to it. Thinking tar. I'm thinking violets. A little bit of sort of floral aromatics to it. It's really, really super wine at £7. And organic, if you're into that kind of thing. Super wine. Okay, next up. We are in northern Italy. This is Trentino Pinot Grigio from northwestern Italy. Quite cool region. And quite a lot of sort of mass-produced Pinot Grigio. It doesn't really taste of very much or smell of very much, but this does. It's got a really peachy nose. Really smells like tinned peaches on the nose. Really lovely. It comes in at £6, only £6 a bottle. It's quite light. I'm thinking it's 12% in alcohol. And peach and sort of almond, like lightly toasted almond there. And it's refreshing and zippy and alive. And that sort of peachiness really opens out in the mouth. It becomes a little bit of pear, a little bit of citrus. At £6 a bottle, that's an absolute fridge filler for the summertime. Could be your house white, just looking at it there. Be great on a patio, be great for parties. Buy lots. You don't need to chill it well, because you really close up the flavours if you chill it too much. And that's a very expressive wine for only £6. Okay, so next up, We have a Muscadet, good old-fashioned Muscadet Sevre in Maine, sur lie. So Muscadet is made out of a grape called Melon de Bourgogne, one of the grapiest grapes, I like to think. And it smells of green grapes, green white grapes. Yeah, it's grapey. It's a grapey wine. And yeah, it's got that grapey aromatic to it. It's kind of got a little bit of pineapple chunks about it. It's refreshing and lively. Comes in at only £7 a bottle. One of the classic grapes. Muscadet has sort of fallen out of fashion a little bit, but I think it's a really super wine. On the label it's got sur lie. So when they age it, the lees and the sort of dead yeast sinks to the bottom, and they quite often stir that back in, and it gives it some lovely body. So it's not as light in body as the Pinot Grigio. It's got some real mouth-filling qualities to it. Lovely wine at £7. I'd buy that. Again, another brilliant house white, potential house white, if you like your French whites. Okay, so we're in France again. This is Fronton Negrette Rosé. Again, it's from near Toulouse. Fronton, the area. Negrette is the grape variety. It's a red grape variety. It's quite versatile. Not massively planted, not massively popular, but it's a lovely sort of darker pink. Not as sort of fashionable as your very pale Provence pinks, but not too far away. And the grape variety Negrette is actually quite often used for red wines, and you kind of get a little bit of that on the nose. So it's got some violet on the nose. And it's raspberry and a little bit of blackcurrant about it. It's dry and it's fuller in the body, and it's £7.50, and it looks the part. I think that's a terrific wine. A lovely, beautiful little rosé from Sainsbury's at only £7.50. There we are. So next up, Cava. Cava is back. Got very popular, then it got very unpopular, and it's back now. £7.50 this one. This is Cava Brut Nature. Now, when traditional method wines like Cava and Champagne are made, at the end they add in a little bit of sugar just to balance out the acidity. Brut Nature wines don't have that extra sugar added. So it should be dry as a bone. It's got some crisp green apple on the nose. This Cava has got some Chardonnay in it, and it's not often used in Cava, but they do permit it, and have done since in about 1986. They can add a bit of Chardonnay, and you really get that on the nose. There's a lovely green apple sort of crunchiness to it. And that's lovely. It's classy, it's elegant. Green apple there, a little bit of toast, buttered toast there. It's a beautiful wine. Again, £7.50 for your house fizz there. Super stuff. So I got all of these wines. They weren't on offer. They're regular price if you were to buy all 6 wines here, £43. Yeah, we got a cost of living crisis going on, but look, £6. £6 for a lovely Pinot Grigio, £7.50 for a good drop of fizz. Sainsbury's are really kind of doing it in that area in the market. So there you go. That's my little roundup from Sainsbury's. Go to the website, thedrinker.co.uk. You'll see all of my recommendations for all of the supermarkets at all of the different prices. You'll see all of these on YouTube. Give us a like, give us a follow on Twitter @DrinkerSite. And here is to good seasonal drinking. Cheers.